Hi everyone, this is module 115 for the subject of SHRM. And this module we will briefly discuss about the informal learning processes. Actually, there are so many formal and informal learning processes. So first, we are briefly uh, trying to understand and enhance our understanding about the formal and informal processes. That this is the basic division or demarcation between the learning processes. That some processes are formal and some modes of learning are formal when the employer is intervening, or when the employer is giving you an opportunity to learn something through training and development. We say it's a formal process. On the other hand, we have some informal processes where it is very less involvement of the employer in making employees to learn something. So, informal learning has been defined as learning that is tacit and integrated with work activities. Marsic 2003, page 389, has defined the informal learning this way. Example: observation, trial and error, reflection, incidental learning, and feedback. What we mean by tacit learning? Well, it is the right time to explain before we move on to the more complex concepts, that there are two types of knowledge. You have a tacit knowledge and you have an explicit knowledge. The tacit knowledge is something which is in your mind, which you have learned by doing something, and which is very hard to transfer to others, and which is very hard to explain to others. When you try to explain that, or when you try to shift or transform that tacit knowledge to others, usually it is hardly possible. The others can only learn by observation or the trial and error they try, and reflection upon what they do in their life. I reflect upon, for example, what I'm saying and how should I say what I'm saying. Incidental learning, when an incident happens, good or bad incidents, both, and when somebody gives me feedback about what I'm doing and how I am doing. So, this is a kind of tacit knowledge which is very hard to transform to others. Let's take an example of motor car driving. If you can drive, so can you recall when you were not able to drive? You were just sitting next to the driver. Somebody might be your brother, your father, or your mom, dad, or somebody, or your friends. When they are driving, if they tell you how to drive, they say, okay, first push the clutch, then put the car in the first gear, release the clutch, and press the accelerator. If somebody tells you these four steps, can you drive? Or were you be able to drive at that time? No. This is the tacit knowledge somebody has in his mind or in her mind, but very difficult to transform or to give that knowledge to others. Similarly, cooking. You see your mom or your brothers or sisters or somebody cooking, but can you cook? Can you make a bread? This is something when people are doing actually. They learn by doing or by incident or by feedback. Similarly, singing. If somebody tried to teach you singing, can somebody say that how to sing? Can somebody can teach you how to sing? You need a lot of practice, feedback, and a lot of revisions and something, and you learn those skills of doing something after some time. That is tacit knowledge that is held in the mind of the employees. When employees leave, they leave the explicit knowledge which is in the books, which is in the computers, which is on the manuals of the organization, which is written in the processes of the organization. They leave all that knowledge in the organization, but they take that tacit knowledge, your ability to make decisions, Why some organizations are different? Let's see that. So, why some organizations are different and perform better than others? Might be it is the ability of their managers to make decisions better than their competitors. Can somebody teach you how to make better decisions, or how to reflect upon, or how to make a critical decision under pressure? How can somebody teach you to make a decision, a well mannered decision, or a correct decision under pressure? That is the ability of someone. That is the tacit knowledge somebody might have learned after many processes or after lifelong investment in something. So we say that the informal learning is more about the tacit knowledge or the tacit learning. So the measuring the impact of informal learning or formal learning, whatsoever I'm just mentioned here, very few points, very briefly. How organizations can measure the impact of informal learning on organizational productivity and employees' productivity. Similarly, it is also very difficult, fairly speaking, to determine the impact of formal learning on employee productivity and organizational productivity. Both are not easy. HR professionals are often questioned about, if you are investing that much money in training and development, where is the productivity? Where is the outcome? And it happens in many organizations. So often occurs informal learning occurs in collaborative settings where more employees are working together. They are willing to share their knowledge when they are willing to help each other. Informal learning in those organizations and in those settings. Thanks.